is going up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It is a beautiful day to talk about toxic people and toxic relationships. We've all been there. Anywhere we've gone, people we've met in the family, at work, at school, in any setting, we've all been surrounded at some point by someone who just drains our energy. Someone who puts us down, makes us feel sad. Someone who we feel doesn't support us. Someone who we feel we just can't be ourselves around. And don't get me wrong, toxic people aren't bad people. The majority of the time, they aren't intending to be the way they are. Unfortunately, they just may not be aware of their actions. And although that is not conducive, it's outside of our control. But what is within our control is the courage we need to build from within in order to say, I'm done surrounding myself with this person, I'm out. The first thing we gotta do is identify who these people are. And then ask ourselves a very realistic question. Is this someone that I can easily distance myself from, or am I forced to be around them in the foreseeable future because it's outside my control? In cases like school, work, maybe even family. So let's talk about the easy option first. Well, we have to grow some cojones and be very firm with ourselves and say, I am done associating myself with that person. And then just distance yourself from them. I always believe in kindness and communication. So if that person reaches out, I wouldn't ignore them. But I would say something like, hey, I'm going through a tough time in my life right now, and I just don't feel like we're on the same wavelength. But I wish you the best, and maybe we can link up in the future. Because the thing is, people change. And that statement isn't directly insulting that person. It's putting all of the stress on you. It becomes significantly more challenging when we're forced to be around these people for the foreseeable future. One thing that worked for me is to envision a blue sphere around myself, 360 degrees, and say, no matter what this person says, no matter what this person does, those actions and those words will never penetrate this sphere. I'm invincible on the inside. And whenever I would be around this person, I would mentally envision this sphere around me. And anything they said would just hit this sphere and bounce off. This sphere was like my impervious bubble. In addition to that bubble, let's change our outlook. The thing is, we can never lose in life if we choose to see everything as a learning opportunity. So use their toxicity for your growth. Ask yourself why you take their words and actions so personally. Do you feel insecure after being around that person? Well, perhaps it's time to build our overall self-confidence. Do you feel like your energy is drained after you're around them? Well, maybe you're afraid of becoming that person in the future. So take action to avoid it. What if you feel just that person is mean to you? Well, remind yourself that unfortunately, they're most likely just taking out their frustrations on you. And no, that's not okay, but it's what they choose to do. And you have no control over that. The thing is, life is meant to be fun. It's meant to be beautiful. It's meant to be happy. And there's so many things that happen to people that push them down to such levels where they change into a toxic person. But what if you can help them change from toxic to becoming an elixir? What if you can be the person that chooses to sit down and talk to them and try to get to know where all of that toxicity is originating from, and you end up changing their life. And then they choose to take that newfound knowledge and pay it forward. Isn't that how we change the world? One person at a time? Toxic people and toxic situations definitely are a huge hurdle in anyone's life. But I hope that my experiences and the things that I've shared help you see them in a new light. If you enjoyed the video, please smash that thumbs up below. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I would love to hear from you guys down in the comments below. Until next week, get rid of those toxic people, or learn how to not let them affect you while you grow at the same time. Much love. Until next week.